the candidates questions so that they can get the objective of the interview in place. Are we together? So we talk about scheduling, we talk about programs, we talk about qualified panelists, we talk about panelists being prepared, we talk about selecting a particular date to give the candidates opportunity to prepare. We select a venue. Also, venue is very important. Select a venue and communicate to your candidates about that particular venue. Then, of course, very important, you must have a criteria for selecting qualified candidate. Criteria for selecting qualified candidates. If you want someone with a diploma, 2 years experience in management positions, this number of age bracket, this level of education, those are what we call criteria for selection. Very good. So you also need to revise other areas that relate to that topic. There are so many questions relating to that particular topic. Let's look at maybe one or two more questions, and then explain 5 consequences of ineffective control of organization. Explain 5 consequences of ineffective control system. Ineffective control system. What did we say about control systems? 5 consequences of ineffective control system. That is a control system that is not working, that does not work. Yes, you set targets, but you cannot evaluate. You come up with standards which you cannot implement, or which you cannot find out whether they had been successful or not. So what is the consequences of? I want to see your input there. Put down your input. Put down your input there. Put down your input. In fact, it's very simple. You just look at those qualities, talk about qualities of effective control system. What does it do? And now you look at the opposite of the same. Let me see what you guys are showing me. These ones are relating to, yes, from here and here is now control, yes. Yes, you can end up with losses. If no standards are set, you can lose resources, even funds. That can be a good point. Yes, what is a poor control system? Poor control system. It can waste time, wastage of time. What else? Encouraging corruption, that is embezzlement, like the one you said at the top there. Yes, you can have a lot of falsification of reports. You don't set standards. Someone comes up and says that this is what we achieved. A lot of falsification or fraudulent reports being given. Then, of course, it is not easy to take corrective action because you don't have parameters that you are working with. You don't know whether you set a target of 10,000 and what was expected to be achieved. So you do not have parameters to make corrective actions. Then sometimes ineffective control system does not give organizations a perspective of their operation. In other words, they don't know where they are coming from or where they are going. So it is like operation like normal. So you find that at the end of the day, you find that a damage has been done, which is not easy to correct. Then, of course, where there is ineffective control, sometimes it can frustrate work, especially of the managers, because you have not set standards. Therefore, no one understands. Most of the people involved do not understand what is expected of them. And then it's not easy to put each and every person to task in order to require an output. Let's look at that next question, okay? Outline 5 benefits that organization may derive from sourcing employees through the internet. This one is simple, Online sourcing, like use of recruitment sites or placing an advert online. You can place an advert online and then people can access them. So first of all, it is affordable. Secondly, you get a large pool of talent. What else? That is what it means is cost effective. Then the fact that it can reach the widest, you can get talent from a wider area. So what are those advantages? You can put them over there. The next question is explain 5 factors that may influence span of control. Span of control, we said, are the number of employees one manager can handle or can control. That's what we call span of control. So what are the factors that can influence the span of control? This is a topic in organizing. This is a topic in organizing. And I think we discussed this in class. Factors influencing span of control. One of it is Let me see first what you're doing, what you're saying. Yes, number of branches, number of points. That a manager, number of branches in an organization, that is an important factor. Yes, another one. Talk of skill level of the employees, all those who are being managed. We talked about that. That if you have talented and skillful workers, they may not need to be watched all over the time. But if you have workers that they have to be monitored each and every time, then you have a smaller span of control. What else? What other factor did we talk about? What other factor did we talk about? Ability of the manager. If a manager is competent, they can handle more people. If they have a challenge, they give them a small number of people. We also talked about nature and type of work. Highly dynamic and volatile environment that keep on changing. You need a smaller span or a narrow span of control. We also looked at need for communication. Yes, someone there talk about need for communication. If you communicate a lot, then it is important to determine the span. Activities in the organization also very important. Activities in the organizations are also very key. So you need to remember. I remember that. Then, of course, the type of organizations policies. There are some organizations that requires that each and every manager should only manage a maximum of particular number of employees. That is a policy. And in case workers have reached a certain level, then they need to be managed by different, or maybe can appoint maybe a number of managers to control a specific group of employees. Good. Let's look at the next question, which is explain 6 external factors that may positively influence an organization's employees' recruitment process. 6 external factors that may positively influence organization's employees' recruitment process. What is this? Recruitment again, This is in staffing process, Staffing. What can influence external recruitment? We remember is announcing or giving information about a vacancy in an organization. So what we talk about here is just advantages of external recruitment. Yeah, these are just advantages of external recruitment. Now give me the advantages. These are the advantages. Remember, we have recruitment from within and recruitment from external sources. So what is being asked is, what are the advantages of external recruitment? Yes, candidates bringing new ideas. Very good. Someone else? Yes, can give organization new directions. There's more or less like new ideas, but of course it's good. Point as well. Another advantage. Another advantage. Like this one, there's a large pool of candidates from external sources. That is an important factor. That's if you want to get best candidates, you can have a large pool of qualified candidates from external sources. Another point, let's hear your contribution. Yes, another advantage. Ian, you can give us another advantage. How is that advantageous? Candidates from different cultural backgrounds. What does that do to an organization? Or how is it advantageous? I'm asking, what are different cultures and background? How is it advantageous to an organization that they get different cultures? We actually asking Ian to tell us about that. Ian, you can tell us why do you think that is an advantage? You can also give us other advantages of external recruitment. Yes. Meanwhile, outline, yes. Vitality. Wow, vitality. Or, okay, it brings diversity of opinions and cultures, and that actually, that can actually make an organization to be positively focused. It gives an organization an international view, where it builds positive cultural relationships. Cultural relation, not relationship, relations. People come up with diverse thinking. It brings diversity in thinking and in opinions, which such a blend can make organization progress very well. So look, get all those advantages. That's the key thing. Now, outline 4 characteristics that an autocratic leader may possess. Outline 4 characteristics that an autocratic leader may possess. Sorry. Outline 4 characteristics that an autocratic leader may possess. Outline 4 characteristics that an autocratic leader may possess. What are those characteristics? An autocratic leader, what can they practically have? They normally demand people to work according to their own perspective. They don't allow workers to make comments or to make discussion. Actually, I've highlighted a few things there on that sharing. There's a sharing of place there for you to have a look at it. You can see the sharings I've highlighted over there. The leader would give their orders and expect workers to do without asking any question. 2, they would reward, they use rewards and penalties for successes and failures. So if you perform well, you are rewarded. If you don't, you are penalized, you are punished. Then there is strict control and there is no respect given to the employees. And then there is lack of tolerance to complaints and dissent and anything. So remember those, you can pick them. So I believe you have picked them. So for highlight 5 challenges that may be encountered by managers during plan implementation. Highlight 5 challenges that may be encountered by managers during plan implementation. What are those challenges? When implementing plans, what are the challenges that may be encountered? Inadequate resources. Talk about those problems that managers face when implementing plans. Inadequate resources, top management, lack of support, or lack of support from top management. Failing to involve every concerned parties, as far as plans are concerned. This can be a source of hindrance to implementation. Failure to give adequate time. For the planners. And where management does not see planning as a rational process or a rational activity, you find that planning fail. So it's essentially barriers to planning. So this is essentially what we are talking about. That what makes planning fail is can essentially be known as limitation. That is, planning is costly, can be costly, and then lack of resources. And planning sometimes might be rigid. Then the external factors that can affect planning. Then if it is not properly formulated and it lacks top management support, and when it's not given adequate time, all those can affect planning. So essentially, you can look at those limitations to planning and consider them as part of those things that make planning a failure. Are we together? Now, outline 5 assumptions of Theory Y as advanced by McGregor. Outline 5 assumptions of Theory Y as advanced by McGregor. This guy said that workers are willing to work. They view work as good as rest would be, or as sweet as play would be. That they take initiative and responsibility. That there are people who would work without any much supervision. So take a look at that theory X, and also review the theory Y category of people. This one we look at them in motivation theories, so you can be able to take a look at that, and would be good to go. So we looked at them in motivation. Motivation. By the way, did we look at motivation in leadership? Have we looked at motivation theory? Just remind me so that let me know whether we looked at motivation. So I was asking, we looked at motivation. Let me check whether you are answering yes or not. Good. We looked at motivation, okay? Very good. So look at those theories and we'll be able to get the key points highlighted as far as those theories are concerned. And also at the same time, look at that theory X, what does it say and how is it applicable, whether it is relevant or irrelevant in the organization today. Now, these last 2 questions, I want to give them to you in the portal. I'm going to set a quiz so that you can be able to look at them and take them from the quiz. Are we together? So this question number I want you to look at number 7, A and B. I'm going to put them on the portal so that you can answer them from there. And I'll also post this paper and plus others so that you can be able to get going effectively. So are we together?